This is a buddy of mine. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the show started.
You've known them to run their mouths about politics. Politics, schmalitics. Well, little did you know, they can run their mouths about other stuff as well. This is the Mark G Show. They have a natural curiosity about just about everything, from aliens, the paranormal, to the biggest natural disasters that have ever occurred on planet Earth, and everything in between. Two brothers from another mother ripping it up. And, oh no, we don't record the show. We have the balls to do it live. Call into the show at 207-370-5852. That's 207-370-5852. Be a part of the show. Let's do it. This is the Mark G Show. And now your hosts, Mark G and Gary G.
What's going on, everybody? What is happening? It's been a very long time since I've had my brother Gary. There goes Zach. Since I've had my brother Gary and Zach on the show. Zach, well, he'll be back momentarily. For everybody on TikTok saying hello, what is going on? Kelly, Marge, and Andrew, I see y'all out there. Listen, folks, this is a live recording show. Please ignore the phone number for tonight, only because I was having some audio issues, so I wasn't able to get the phone lines up. We'll have it fixed for y'all next week. We will figure out a time to go live and shoot the shit with all of y'all, and we'll have some good topics other than what's going on, unless something more serious happens here over the course of the week, which it may. But let me get some introductions out of the way. First and foremost, let's give a shout out to my brother from another mother who's rocking this Weird Al Yankovic hairstyle. Gary, what is going on, my man?
Don't be jealous of my hair, you bald bastard.
Oh, damn. Okay, it's like that.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
It is.
I haven't been able to roast you live for a while, so it's nice.
Yeah, Casey, there's no phone lines tonight. I'll have them fixed for you all next week. Let's also give a shout out to the man who's got the sugar grannies. That's right, ladies. His name is Zach. Zach, what's going on, my man?
Good, man. I'm glad that we're all together on a podcast again and I'm not getting drunk.
Oh, come on. During that last podcast where we had you all drink, it was fucking phenomenal, man. You and JC were quite tipsy after the end of that debate.
A little bit.
You guys got sloppy.
Oh, they did. When JC's hat went sideways, that's when you know they're completely freaking sloshed.
That's when I knew things were getting real.
Right?
Or when my red glasses went on, that's how you knew it was getting real.
Oh, dude, yeah, you look like a librarian from hell. Anyway, so gentlemen, it's been about over a month since we've done a live podcast together, and there's been a lot of shit that's happened within the 30 days. The most recent what happened last Saturday, actually, just a few hours. What was it? 6/11 on Saturday, when the attempted assassination on Donald Trump happened. I want to kind of have a little fun with it, kind of like in the 9/11 days. And remember how during 9/11 everybody can remember where the hell they were at when it happened. So I'll start off my story, and I want to hear where you guys were at when it happened, and how did you hear about it? For me, I was up here doing audio shit for TikTok and testing out audio, and my wife came running up the stairs yelling at me, Babe, something happened to Trump. Something happened. They shut off the audio. So I'm like, what? She showed me the video, and I remember calling our friend Sully and telling him that they just attempted to assassinate Trump, and he called me a straight up liar. And I had to like literally show him the video clip and be like, and then he kind of went backwards on his words. So that's where I was at during that. And let's start with Zach, because Zach always never knows what to say. Zach, where were you at?
I was laying on the couch scrolling through TikTok, so I didn't even know what fucking happened until I saw the videos, and then I called you instantly.
Okay. Gary, what about you, my man?
I was at a barbecue and someone brought it up and I was like, what? And I tried to like pull up my phone and I didn't have good service, so I couldn't. I think you had called me and like my phone just wasn't able to pick anything up. So I didn't get to look for like another hour or two after it happened.
Gotcha. So a little breakthrough, folks. During the podcast, we'll be talking about a lot of things tonight. We'll be talking definitely about the attempted assassination on Trump. We'll be talking about a few things on that. I do want to mention during the podcast, I will not be mentioning the attempted assassinator's name. Because once again, like I've said previously, I feel like that even though the person is 86, unalived, we they want to be glorified. These people that do these type of events, they want to be glorified for their actions, and they want their name to be forever etched into media and into the books. So that's why I hold back on naming their names. I'm just gonna call them a freaking I don't know what I'll call him, but we'll just say I'm not calling him by his name. That's what I'm going to do. But damn, all I can say is that was a hell of a day. Rest in peace to Corey. I can't remember. I can't pronounce his last name that well, but rest in peace to Corey, who was a fire chief. He was laid to rest yesterday, and believe it or not, the singer Billy Ray Cyrus was at his funeral.
Oh, damn.
Billy Ray Cyrus went ahead and sang his all famous song of "Some Gay Ball," and then I believe he sang "Amazing." The funeral.
Nice.
So now, did you guys watch the RNC at all?
Bits and pieces, not a lot of it though.
Okay, did you watch Trump's speech?
I did.
No.
You did. Okay, all right. So Gary, since you're a little bit more on the fence than I am, and Zach kind of like lazy's out on the political side, during Trump's speech, you remember when he brought out Corey's jacket and his helmet?
Yep.
I saw that part.
You did see that part? Okay. Well,
And then he talked about how much money they raised in like a couple days and all that shit.
it's like $6.5 million.
It was
crazy.
it was 6.5 million. Then he said that someone sent a check for $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the reason why I'm bringing this up because right now, all over left wing media, they're calling it. As a matter of fact, I think Joy Reid was the last one that said something about it, saying that the outfit was fake.
Why? Because they had to spell his name incorrectly.
Correct,
Because it was too long.
which has been debunked because his name was so long, and in order for it to fit on the jacket, they had to do it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she called it out fake, and it's going all over social media. I do want to let people know that it has been confirmed that that was Corey's jacket and it was his helmet. So there's that. There's been a lot of fake news regards to the RNC. What have you heard, Gary, from the RNC that kind of blew your mind that they're trying to spread?
Like what? Like just the fake news from the RNC?
Yeah, like what they brought out from during Trump's speech during the RNC. And now I will admit that he should have went for an hour and a half because that was just crazy. But I get it. I mean, he's kind of excited.
They just, they're just trying to poke holes in basically everything he says, which is typical media. That's nothing out of the ordinary from what they've ever done. So,
As everybody would say, is the clips and sound bites. That's what everything always is, no matter what social media. Social media that's all it is clips and sound bites, and they're able to twist words and make it seem like anything right now. And
they pull everything out of context too.
Oh, 100%. I'm waiting for a Trump speech today that he just did. And I think it was in
Michigan, right?
Michigan, yes. During that, he said a couple of things. I'm waiting for them to pull it out of context because, yeah, he said a few things. But here's my opinion on Trump. Number one, I've always stated I am a Republican. Trump has got my vote no matter what. I am voting for Trump. Trump showed a lot of compassion, and I thought Trump may have changed a little bit after his near-death experience.
Oh, anyone would.
But listen to me. I said I thought. And then I listened to Trump's rally today. He's going back to the old Trump already. He's calling out elections again, which my opinion is with Trump. I think, listen, I know he's upset, and I agree with him on the elections, but it's time if we need to work on if we want to work on our voter base and get more people to go vote for Trump, we got to stop calling out with the voting fraud stuff and focus on the policies at hand and focus on what we really need here in America. We need America safe again, which is one of the themes at the RNC. We need America wealthy again because everybody's freaking pockets are hurting right now because of inflation. And we need America's strength around the world. We absolutely do, because right now we look weak across the globe. 100% weak with Biden underneath the administration. Do you guys agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
All right. So we got a lot of people. It looks like we got a lot of people down there claiming out the Trump on TikTok. So I listen, folks. I am pro-Trump, and I'm going to say this out here as we got a lot of people listening in. I understand that if some people are not going to agree with us, some people are pro-Trump, some people not. Snooch, I can definitely give you a call tomorrow, my man. But in the end, I don't care where you stand politically, but we do need to stop with all the rhetoric BS that's out there, politicalness, and start focusing on policies. We need to stop calling hatred names. Matter of fact, before we start talking about all our other random bullshit, I called Gary today and told Gary about an experiment I did on TikTok, which was very interesting. Yesterday, I made a video with my MAGA hat on. I've got on here now. And I just did a video saying, let's play a game of judge a book by its cover. And I said, I want you to write in the comments below the first thing you see or the first thought that you have in your head. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Gary and Zach, before I explain what happened in these comment sections, the left and the Democratic Party, they were running underneath unity, right? Biden was running underneath unity. Am I correct on that?
Allegedly, but yes.
Allegedly. Okay. So if that's the case, that means that the Democratic Party, Democrat people and liberal people should want unity and not talk trash upon people, right? They shouldn't be trashing people because of their different political beliefs, right? That'd be easy to assume. Well, roughly about 85%, and I'm going to say 85%, it might be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less, about 85% of the liberal Democratic comments that I got underneath that post has said some pretty derogatory things that I can't even say on TikTok. For instance, that supposedly my daddy fiddled with me, or that I am racist, and all, they went all crazy on me, all because of I can't figure out for the life of me how an article of clothing or a hat can get somebody so triggered. I've been called like somebody who's in a Klan because of my hat. It's insane.
Oh, there's a dude that I work with. He has a Trump hat, and he was talking about how he wanted to wear his hat to work, but he was afraid to because he was afraid that people would start shit with him. I'm like, fuck him, dude. It's a hat. Who gives a shit?
Well, that's the thing, right? And I think that we have a lot more people that are pro-Trump, but they're afraid because the way our society is right now, that if they go out and they show their support for Trump, that they're going to get accosted, or someone's going to start a scene with them out and about in public, and they're trying to avoid that scene.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Gary's ready to say something over there. No. So, I mean, how do we get beyond this point to get people to stop feeling afraid to go out and wear their clothing to support in their political beliefs? Is there a way around this? Is there even a gateway out of this? Or are we stuck in this loop?
I think until Trump becomes president, we'll probably be stuck in this loop.
Really?
I mean, even probably afterwards, honestly, because it's been like that ever since he was president before.
Touche. Before Gary answers that question, Gary, somebody on TikTok is asking, Captain Snooch is asking, why isn't Gary eating something? He's always eating something.
I ate something before the podcast today.
Yeah, I already ate. All
right. So what are your thoughts, Gary? Do you think there's a way around from not wearing, for people to start wearing what they believe in, their political beliefs, without worrying about being accosted? Or do you think we're stuck in this realm for the rest of our political lives?
I think all of these things will eventually cool off. It's right now, times are, I don't think we've ever, especially our generation, we've never lived through this much political polarization, right? Like, I feel like the stakes are higher now than they've ever been in our lifetime. And with the media being so full of propaganda, it's going to be hard to pull out of it unless the media stops the polarization. I think a lot of this is you click on you go onto any news feed, right? Whether it's right wing or left wing, and it's going to be ripe with propaganda, and everybody's kind of pushing their own political agenda. and everybody wants clicks, right? Everybody wants traffic to their website, so they put a very controversial headline, and a lot of people don't even like read the article, right? A lot of people just read the headline and they just kind of go with that. And I don't know. I think the media has a lot to do with the polarization. So until they kind of tone down the rhetoric, I don't think it's going to go away. But I do think that I think it comes in ebbs and flows. So I feel like in time, eventually, yeah, it'll slow down and kind of cool down a little bit. But again, the media is driving it.
Oh, 100%. The media and also the politician. So,
Yeah, politicians definitely are not helping either.
no, not at all. So, according to a lot of data as well, and a lot of inside sources in the White House, supposedly they're trying to convince Biden to step down. And to me, that I feel like that could cause a lot of chaos in the Democratic Party as well, even if he does, because they already had their primaries. So, are they going to cheat the American people out of who they voted for to run for the primaries? Because if Biden falls out, says I cannot run, and he does not nominate Kamala Harris, Kamala to take his spot, that leaves their primaries just went to shit, and that takes away everybody who went out and voted during the primaries. That takes away their voice.
I mean, I agree with that, but I kind of disagree with it. I just feel like anybody on the Democratic Party, they're gonna support whoever they put in front of them. So on X today, I came across a bunch of posts talking about Hillary Clinton's going to be in the running because they were originally talking about Gavin Newsom, but
Right.
I think that if they put Clinton in, I mean, I think it'll be an easy decision for anybody on the left. And she's a familiar name. She's been in politics for a while, so I think even if they did that, a lot of people that are undecided at this point will probably vote for her.
Was it
Which
Alex Jones posted something about Hillary Clinton? Didn't
Alex Jones and like a bunch of other people were posting it too. So I don't know, man. I think I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think Biden's gonna be in the race. I think they're gonna pull him out.
he? All right. What you guys at?
I just want to bring this up. This has nothing to do with what Gary just said,
Okay.
but I hope you know we can knock this off my bingo board because I said that there's going to be a presidential assassination.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did we? Hold on, folks. Do we have to go to my bingo list? Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. TikTok, I'm sorry. You're going to have a different screen real quick. I got to pull up a bingo list. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull it up.
I literally just thought about this. I was like, wait, I said that for the bingo
And
board.
I don't even know if I have the bingo list anymore. I know I saved it somewhere. I just don't know where I would have saved it. Dang it. I'll have to look for it and verify that later on. I don't know where the bingo list is right now. But I believe you did. I believe you did say something like that, so we'll have to check it off. Oh man. Also, shit's heating up again in Israel. Israel was attacked. Israel responded back with that attack. I'm trying to remember the name of the friggin' country that they just attacked. Gary, do you remember? Did you hear about this
Was
at
it
all?
Yemen?
Yemen, yes. And Yemen early today posted giving people a warning in Tel Aviv that they will be attacking. They're going to be retaliating for Israel. Let me see if I can find out the town here. I saw that come out on Raw's alerts. Actually, I was telling the wife, I was like, "Oh shit, I wonder what's going to happen now." Because if they respond, Israel's going to respond again, and then we're going to be in a shit show. So now we're going to have Israel and Hamas, and then Israel and Yemen, and that's on two opposite sides, right? Because Hamas is off onto their east, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't know the geographical locations. I want to say Yemen's. I don't know. I really don't know.
You don't. Okay. So we got that going on. We had the big cybersecurity incident that happened, and I'm not sure if I believe that it was truly an update on their end that went bad, especially since China came out and said that they weren't affected by it. So you about CrowdStrike, you shared that to me, and I kind of already was aware of it because I was seeing it happen as I was staying awake that night. We broke it here on TikTok when I was live. We were talking about the CrowdStrike downtime, and it was funny too because my
So
bank.
Yemen is south of Israel. There's Saudi Arabia in between them.
Okay, and where's Hamas located?
Hamas is, I want to say
They're more north or
north.
Yeah.
Like that.
So yeah, that'd be attacks on.
You mean Gaza? So Gaza is like in the northwestern region of Israel.
So that'd be attacked on two different sides that have friggin' war.
God damn it.
Can we fire Zach yet?
Yeah, please.
This guy cannot see. Like, ladies and gentlemen, we told Zach to get a laptop.
I
Let's
did.
talk,
You
let's talk. You know what? No. We're gonna have some fun now, real quick. All right, let's stop being serious for a minute before we start more serious shit. We bugged Zach for almost a year to get a laptop,
and I did.
and he orders one that's a dinosaur. He ordered the oldest MacBook he could friggin' find, so the camera quality is shit. So here he is live with us once again on his iPad. And apparently he don't have a an iPad holder, so his iPad has fallen 4 times since he's been in this room. Zach, what the hell? Yeah, you got a beautiful laptop there. We have gear that we can send you. You need to go buy a webcam, Zach.
I know. I'll go get a webcam from Walmart.
All right, get a webcam. We got audio equipment we can send you. Gary has some great audio equipment that was passed down to him that now he can pass down to you that you can start using. You just got to help us out here. You get the camera, we'll get you the audio equipment.
Guys, I'm going to put my Cash App in my bio and
Freaking God. Hey, you go $30. A $30 camera will be a hell of a lot better than what you have now.
Here, guys, hold on. There you go, guys. That's in the comments, y'all. Get it.
Anyways, yeah, so it's been about a month, man. What have you guys been up to? I mean, I've been working, so there hasn't been much here. Although I did visit the Vietnam replica wall, which was phenomenal. Still heart-wrenching when I saw that wall. But, Zach, what have you been up to for a month, my man?
Working, man. Working, being a dad,
Nothing big happening in your life? No major ravers or anything like that?
I don't even go to bars, man, so no.
But you have a lady friend now, from what I'm hearing.
I do.
Interesting. Does she know what you do for a living?
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows you sell your soul on TikTok?
Not as much as I used to, but yeah.
Okay.
Does she know about your Feet Finder account?
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta break that one to her still, but
Ah, gotcha. What about you, Gary, my man? What have you been up to for a month?
I've been laying pretty low, man. I don't do much. I just go to work, go to the gym. I just I have a pretty low life,
So in other words, what you're saying is we're all boring here. We really need to come up with a good topic next time. Y'all, listen, everybody. It's funny is that I haven't had too many days off, as these guys know, and I've been working. That's why we haven't done a podcast. I've been working 7 days a week for the longest time. Finally got an employee. We're back. I was telling Gary how I had tonight off. He's like, hey, let's just do a quick podcast and let everybody know we're coming back. And that's what we're doing, y'all. So this was fully a non-prepared show. So hopefully next week we're going to have some good laughs for y'all and have some really good stuff coming up in the very near future. We'll cross some ideas with each other and what we can do for a podcast.
Oh, wait, you're actually going to talk to me and Gary about ideas for the show? Wow.
I always do.
Gary?
No comment.
I always do. I always let you guys.
All I know is that Mark watched an old movie the other day.
I did?
Didn't you watch a movie that was more than 5 years old?
I can't remember what movie it was though.
I don't know. I think it was like some gangster movie.
Oh yeah, it was the movie about Easy E. What the fuck? Was it? Right out of Compton.
Oh,
Badass movie.
oh, so you're gonna watch it again?
No. What? It was a good friggin' movie. Straight out of Compton was a great friggin' movie. You learned the story about Easy E, Dr. Dre. Learned a little bit about Tupac and Snoop in there. It was great. You learned how when Easy E found out how he contracted AIDS and everything else like that. And it was just a good movie. But no, I won't watch it again. I saw it. I got the storyline. Why are you guys shaking your heads? There's no reason to watch a
Because
movie.
it was such a. You say it was a great movie,
It was.
but you'll never
Absolutely.
watch it again.
I'll never watch it again. There's no reason to watch a movie twice, 3 times, 4 times. Not at all. Really? You both just gonna sit there and shake your head like it's the
I
worst
can't.
thing?
I can't wait till technology gets to the point to where I can reach through a screen and
Yeah. Just
give,
slap the
give
shit.
somebody's little cheek a little high five.
Oh yeah, I can give somebody's cheek a really high.
Yeah.
I don't know, Chad. We got a lot of people out here right now watching us over on X and TikTok and so forth. Who else here does not watch movies more than once? Who else watches a movie, say that was a good movie, I don't have to watch it again? And if you do watch movies more than once, let us know in the chat below as well, because I'd like to know if you guys agree with Gary and Zach, or if you agree with me that once you see a movie, you don't need to watch it again.
Hey,
And that movies are completely different than songs.
You know what? Call in. Let us know.
I can't. The phone lines ain't open, Zach.
Just kidding. Don't call in. We don't want to hear about it.
I see the Gary. Can you see that Zach is kind of suffering from Bidenism because he doesn't pay attention?
You're the Democrat here.
What do you mean? How do you forget? God damn it!
Mark, that's like the biggest insult you can make to Mark is just call him a Democrat.
Oh, I know. I bet, man. He
doesn't like
hated,
it.
but he hated writing Biden on his chalkboard that one time. I already know.
I absolutely did, but it was a great cause, and I'll do
He
it.
says he hates him, and he just lost a bet.
I did lose a bet, and it's just hey, if it's a bet's a bet, man. I made a bet, and I lost it. I didn't think it was that anybody was actually.
I secretly want to get. Have you seen those like this prank Biden charity things that
I have seen them, so if I got one, I knew instantly it'd be a prank. So, although let's talk about that real quick because I have not heard from her. So my mom's a very, very far left, like far left. I've had to remove her from Facebook, and I will not add her back until after election. I'm now texting her pictures of my children because she can't see them on Facebook. But I sent her the Trump one. So it said that she donated to Trump. I haven't heard from her. I've been waiting to see if a family member saying that she posted that she got donation that she donated to Trump on Facebook. She hasn't said a word about it. So I don't know if she even opened it or just threw it away. Like I'm mind blown that I haven't heard from her. Like I'm like, what the fuck? I wanted to hear her reaction. Like I can only imagine the screaming that happened when she saw that in the mail and saw a Trump envelope. Nothing. Next
Well,
time,
you took her off Facebook, so maybe she posted on Facebook. You just don't know.
well, my wife still has her. My wife hasn't said
Oh,
anything.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, the wife still has her on there. Oh man, I don't know, man. I think this election year is going to be very interesting. And if Biden drops out and they bring Hillary back, it's going to be very interesting because it's a replay. It's an instant replay back to 2016, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an instant replay of 2016. Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton.
So what do you think? I mean, obviously the conservative party is pretty well wrapped up, right? Like Trump's got most of those votes, or if not all of them. So for the people who are undecided, on the fence, independent, if Clinton comes back in, do you think they're gonna go with her? Do you think they're gonna?
I don't know. I think in order for Trump to win the hearts of the ones who are undecided, he absolutely has to back off the election fraud.
Yeah.
He has to back off of that. He has to let that go and not talk about that. He just needs to talk about what Americans are worried about and concerned about right now. He needs to talk about our border crisis. He needs to talk about the financial issues we're having. He needs to talk about the homeless issue that we have right now here in America, because the homelessness is out of this freaking world right now, especially with veterans. We got so many freaking veterans right now living on the freaking streets, along with family. Like, it's horrible. So if he starts clicking on these key points and also securing America, I think he'll win by a freaking landslide. But if he focuses his campaign strictly on election fraud, I don't think we're going to win any new voters. I think he has to stay off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is the fact that he went back to that. Do you think that's his people telling him to focus on that again, or do you think that's his own decision to have that to re-bring that back up?
I think that's Trump. I think honestly that's Trump because listen, like I said, I'm a hardcore Trumper. I guess you say I'm not far right, but I'm a hardcore Trumper. But I think he truly freaking believes that there was election fraud, and I agree with him to an extent, but not to the full extent. I believe there was a lot of shit that happened during that election season in regards to, social media, the censorship that had a play in the elections, I believe, in my opinion. Um, but I'm not sure about all the other stuff he's throwing out. What about you?
I was hoping that after last weekend, his speech at the RNC did seem toned down a little bit, and I was kind of hoping that that experience was going to mellow him out and kind of make him want to be a little more inclusive with just trying to reunite the country.
Right.
And it seemed like he was. Seemed like he had a little more of a calmer tone. But if he's already kind of getting back on this, it's like I just any politician. This isn't even like pertaining to just Trump. Like I just wish that they would focus on the issues, stop talking trash about the other politicians, stop making it like personal attacks, and just have a real conversation about what they want to fix, how they're going to fix it, and just lay off the rhetoric and just focus on policy and solutions. But it doesn't seem, I don't know. I haven't heard the latest chat from Michigan, so I don't know. But
Right. I mean, I played that one clip from you guys in Michigan, which was really great, where Trump actually acknowledged there's a far right. I wonder if I can let me see if I can find that real quick. Zach, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Trump bringing back the whole election fraud scenario?
I mean, he needs to stop. I mean, if he wants to help him get numbers, like you said, he needs to stop bringing it up because, I mean, there's more important things to worry about that's going on than just that shit.
Right. And for those who don't know, Zach's kind of an interesting character because Zach doesn't pay too close of attention to politics as Gary and I essentially do, which is great. But Zach, during the RNC, so you said you watched bits and clips. While I'm pulling this up real quick, what would you say that you pulled out of the RNC that kind of caught your eye while I'm pulling up the speech by Trump?
I mean, like I said, I didn't really watch it that much, but I think like the cool things that happened, like when fucking Hulk Hogan came out and had his back and shit, that was cool as fuck.
How did I know that you were going to focus on Hulk Hogan?
Ripped his t-shirt.
On the Hulk Hogan aspect, the only thing I will say about that, if we have any other celebrities that are out there just hiding their support for Trump because they're afraid of what's going to happen to him, I really think they need to come out.
I mean, you saw Robert De Niro; he's fucking all Biden, bro.
Robert De Niro is fucking batshit crazy, but we need more celebrities like Hulk Hogan to come out and show their support for Trump versus hiding, and stop being afraid of what's going to happen, and stop being afraid of cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to play this clip. This is before Trump started pulling everything out in regards to elections. This speech that he did here, we're going to swap over to that screen. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to swap over to it now.
We're going to flip.
Here we go. Oh, we didn't flip. We just switched straight over. So we're gonna play this video real quick. Let me see how it looks over here on TikTok. Fantastic. It looks good. All right, so let's play this clip real quick and listen to what Trump has to say here about far left and far right.
Like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have. They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right, and they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things, and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation.
Which I 100% agree with him on. There are, and that's one thing like a lot of these people on the left don't believe neither, is that there are people who are with Trump, but we're not like far right. And there he is right. There is a far right and there's a far left. And I know a few people that are on the far left. And we got to figure out how to unify this nation. We need a president who can do that. During the RNC, they said the one way to get started and unifying, though, is we got to focus on getting money back in Americans' pockets, getting them to live that great lifestyle again. And then America will be a little bit happier because they're not struggling at their wallets. They're not struggling at the grocery stores. They're not struggling at the gas pumps. And then you'll have a little bit better of an attitude. Would you feel the same with that? Welcome back, Zach.
Sorry, I touched the button.
What do you think, Gary?
I mean, yeah, like it's kind of what I was saying a minute ago. It's just tone down the rhetoric, focus on solutions, and there are people that are extreme right and extreme left, and it's like anybody who's not the left is considered the extreme right by the left. And I personally believe that the vast majority of America, whether you're Democrat or Republican, are probably pretty center, because I don't agree. I'm Republican, I'm conservative, but I don't agree with everything the Republican Party says. I think that some of the talking points on the left, the Democratic side, I think they have some good points on some things, but they're not all right. And I feel like, the majority of folks that I talk to are pretty much in the same boat I am. They're pretty centered on a lot of things, whether they're Republican or Democrat, and I feel like that's the majority of people. But they just keep focusing on these like single talking points that are either hardcore conservative or hardcore Democrat, and it's like you're focusing on one thing when there are many things that are problematic right now, and everybody keeps getting distracted by one particular talking point, and it distracts from all the rest. And it's like just get our economy strong, keep our borders secure, and it's like I have no problem with people immigrating to America. I feel like we're a country of immigrants, and we just need people to follow the rules, follow the law. It's like if you're going to start breaking one law, you're going to break them all. Like if you're not enforcing any particular rule, what's the point of enforcing any of them? And then once that happens, you become a lawless nation, and we don't want that, right? So just we need to focus on solutions rather than single talking points, and just kind of make it a more well-rounded conversation about like what can we do to make America a strong nation, bring up our education, bring back like the nucleus type family where the parents are together and raising children with good morals, and learning the science, technology, the maths, the arts. I think that is at the core what really matters, more so than all the other single talking points that they keep focusing on.
Right.
It's a lot of words.
Push a lot more kids to like to trade school as well. We need more trade. I think we definitely need more trades in schools. We're losing a lot of people to the trades.
Well, everybody wants to be a TikTok star. Everyone wants to be a YouTube star. Everybody wants to be famous on the internet because hard work is hard work. And right now, I know a lot of people in the trades make a lot of money, and people don't realize that. But it's like people want to make $400,000 a year making YouTube shorts and TikTok videos. And the reality of the situation is the people who are making that money, it's a vast minority of the people that are on these platforms. And, hard work is hard and it's hard on the body. But at the end of the day, when you do hard work and you accomplish things and you start projects and you finish them, you can go home to your family and feel accomplished and make good money. And people forget about that because they just want to make a couple of clips go viral and then get their 15 minutes and cash a check. And I get it. I want to travel. I don't want to sit in a cubicle all day making cold calls like I do. I wish I could make $400,000 a year doing nothing, just like everyone else. But the reality of the situation is people need to work. And it sucks, but it is what it is.
All right, 11 Bravo Skullduggery over on TikTok says you make more money in union in the trades. Facts. Yeah, matter of fact, I've got my oldest son that's looking at starting to build the warships at a local company here in Maine. I think it's called Bath Ironworks. They're paying him to go to school. Like they're going to give him a $500 a month stipend, $500 a week stipend, just to go learn the trade. And then he has a guaranteed interview to possibly get that job. That's phenomenal.
Dude, after I went to college, like actual college, I went to a trade school for 9 months and got a degree in welding
What the hell are you doing working where you're at now then?
because I'd have to move out of state, and my daughter's here, so I can't really do that now.
Guys,
Well, I think welding is a great job. I think that's like a really cool career. I
Yeah.
think you can make cool shit, and once your skill is finely tuned, you can kind of branch out, start your own business, and make cool things.
hmm
I think like welding. I think trades are great. I have a friend that's an electrician. He makes good money. He has a cool schedule. He gets a lot of free time, but when he's working, he has to work hard. So
Yeah. Like
I
the
don't
day I
know.
graduated from that trade school, the welding school I went to, because I went to the best welding school in the nation, and it's in my hometown here in Ohio. Um, the day that I graduated, I literally booked a plane ticket to go down to Texas to do a weld test to weld on shipyards, making like 55 an hour. And the day that I was supposed to fly out, they called me and told me they already filled the positions. And
Oh,
then I checked everywhere around Ohio. Dude, the most I found was making no more than fucking $20 an hour.
have you checked recently to see if they've gone up?
I haven't.
I think trades are making pretty damn good money right now.
Yeah, I'd go back because does your welding certificate expire?
No.
So yeah, I would look into it, man. I would just take a quick peek and see. You may be able to freaking. They're paying a lot more money now for trades. Where did he go? I really wish he'd pull up his pants though.
Mark, you're the one that used to sag lower than that by a mile, bro. You can't. You have no room to talk.
Oh, nice. So Zach showed it. Okay, gotcha. You got your certificate. Yeah, man. I would look into it. You might find more. You might find out that you could get a lot more money right now in trades here, in welding in your state. I
No.
would look into it. It could be up even more. Maybe you find yourself making more money.
Yeah.
People,
Fuck.
people in the flooring business make a lot of money. People laying carpet and installing floor. Those guys make a lot of money.
Fuck that work. My back's too broken for that shit.
Yeah, but you're also older. This kind of goes out to more like the 20 somethings that are a little younger and more able bodied. Like you can be in your early 20s and pulling in 80 grand to 100 grand a year by doing flooring installations, being an inspector. Uh, if you are a certified contractor, you can make good money, dude.
So can we make it where people make better money in trades and other businesses instead of
Pretty
that?
sure they do, man. Like the
I mean,
highest paid people are like engineers, software people, salespeople, and tradesmen. Those people make the most money.
right, the problem we're having now, though, is you got companies like corporations like McDonald's, Burger King, all them starting to pay people fucking $20 to $25 an hour to start, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but those guys only get 18 to 24 hours a week. So
Yeah,
it's like
that
you're making a good hourly rate, but your hours are kind of shit.
Yeah,
So it's like
they're basically working part time.
they're working part time at like in most states a decent hourly rate, but it's like
Yeah,
it's the same thing as working full time at 14, 16 bucks an hour.
right.
Right.
So it doesn't really even out.
To be what someone's making if they're actually making like
If
25,
you're
30.
in a trade, you're probably going to be making 40 bucks an hour.
Easily.
Easy, right? And like you make 40 bucks an hour and you work a regular week, you're making damn decent money.
Yeah.
And if you're putting in overtime, then you're going to make quite a bit more money.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's hard work. I get it. It's hard work, but you make good money, you have good benefits, and you feel accomplished when at the end of the day you're completing projects and you're doing honest work.
Hmm.
Yeah, because that averaged out to be about 76,000 a year.
What, 40 bucks an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's not bad. And if you're living like if you're in Ohio or if you're in Arkansas, Mississippi, and you're making 75 grand a year, that's a pretty damn good income.
Even in
Hmm.
Texas, actually, I spoke to somebody in Texas, and supposedly she's only making freaking $9 an hour working at Burger King, and like the cost of living out down there, I guess, is still cheap, which is interesting.
It's probably cheaper than like LA or New York or San Francisco, but
Or Maine.
still 9 bucks an hour is just not, that's not really enough money to
I don't. No, hell no.
you're kind of living a paycheck to paycheck at that point. You're not having a lot of money in savings. You don't have money to invest. You don't have like if your tire blows out, you can't afford new tires for your car. If your transmission goes out, like you can't afford to get it repaired, you know?
Right.
Hmm.
So it's still just not good money.
My look on it is if you don't have money after you pay your bills every paycheck, if you don't have extra cash to use on something you want or anything like that, then you're doing something wrong. You need to find a better income job.
And some people are just stuck, right? Like I know a few months back, I had some of Mark's people kind of dig into me because that's exactly what I said, and I agree with you. But there's a lot of people who are single parents and they don't have a lot of time to go to school and get some sort of certificate or continued learning. So I agree with you, and I definitely see the other side of the coin where it is really difficult for people who are in shitty situations to kind of pull themselves out and better their situation. But with that being said, my brother is a really good example. As much as I like to talk shit about him, he was in a pretty hard spot, 20 years ago, but he did literally everything he could while raising a family to whether it was start a business or whatever. He got himself out of that hard spot because he worked his ass off.
Hmm.
And it's like that's you know you have to fight to kind of get yourself out of those hard situations.
I mean, how many times have I changed my cell phone number back when I was younger?
Dude, it was like it almost seemed like every month
Why?
because you couldn't pay his shit.
Couldn't pay my bills back then. I would change my cell phone number would change, and like I have to sit there, call a family member, and say, "Hey, this is my new number. Make sure you change the phone."
Yeah, this is the phone number he has now is probably the longest number you've ever had.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this is the same phone number.
For 14 to 15 years now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy because you did used to get a new phone number like every month.
Oh, dude, my wife and I, like I've told the story so many times that my wife and I, we started off literally on all the government shit. We were on everything that you can imagine for government. We got tired of it. We literally sat there and said, we're tired of being controlled by the government because if you're receiving financing from the government, like if you're on TANF or you're on food stamps, you're on health care, you're on all this shit, Social Security from the government owns you. They
Hmm.
literally own you. They want to know every bit and walk of your absolute fucking life. And that, I guess some people are fine with that, but we weren't. We're like, it's time to get the fuck off of this. And in the midst of in between jobs, I worked for a company that did fire restoration. And my wife just sat there and we saw the profit margins. Like, well, fuck, what if we could do this? But instead of doing fire restoration, we just cleaned houses. And that's what we started. We started doing residential cleaning. and we started making decent money from that. We're like, okay, we're doing all right. We're able to be sustainable now with income sustained. At that point, we were still, residing a little bit off the assistance, and then we got a breakthrough with one of my first ever commercial clients. Like, holy fuck, the money you can make from commercial cleanings, insane. So we went that route, and within, I want to say, 2 to 3 months after starting to do commercial cleaning, we're 100% off government assistance, and we've been thriving ever since. And finally purchased our first home. Just what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 4 years ago, we purchased our first home. So yeah, man, it's for anybody out there that's living on government assistance, you can absolutely get the fuck off of it. You just got to have that drive and that motivation. I started my cleaning company with $100. $100 to get my cleaning company started up. That was enough for me to buy a stand-up vacuum, a friggin' Swiffer mop, and some paper towels and a spray bottle. Pretty Boy Potato, what made you? What started? Pretty Boy Potato, as mentioned previously, I used to work for a fire restoration company, and I saw their profit margins and said, "Hey, I could do that, and I could do that on my own." And literally, we started it up with $100. We had a vehicle, and I started advertising. At that time, Craigslist was hopping. Craigslist was like the best creme de creme for advertising back then, and I would post ads on a freaking daily basis. That's why my brother's trying to get me in sales.
I used to work for a fire restoration company too.
Did you? Which one?
Surf Pro.
Oh, I work for Service Master.
Yeah, I worked for Surf Pro. We did water damages, fires. We did crime scene cleanups. We did everything, bro.
No shit.
Yeah, the crime scene. Well, when I say crime scene cleanup, so the body or anything wasn't there anymore. We would just have to go in, cut out everything that's porous, like that was affected, like carpet, cushions, and couches. Throw it all away, and basically do that kind of shit. But
Dude, I felt so bad for half of the families when you do fire restoration because you go through and after they had a fire in the house and all the shit that they lose from
yeah,
that fire, and you just have to throw it away. Family photos, silverware. We had one lady who probably had roughly about $200,000 worth of stuff just in her kitchen from like silver and gold and shit like that, and we had to throw it.
dude, we went to so many people's houses that like part of the house wasn't even affected, but it smelled like smoke. So they told their insurance company they want it all thrown out, so it was all wrote off. So like, fucking, if there's like a 70-inch TV, I'd be like, I'm taking that home.
Yeah, touche. I mean, it's written off. It's thrown away. You were able to keep it. I wasn't going to say that out loud, but
I did. I took it. Dude, I took so many TVs home, cleaned them, and just resold them.
Oh shit. And
So
Gary,
to answer pretty potato this question, the second question, is it hard to find clients when you start? Any business that you do is going to have competitors. It
yeah.
doesn't matter whether you're selling a service or a product. It's hard to get business. Getting
And
clients is not easy.
you Pretty Boy Potato. As far as getting clients, the way it worked for me is you have to sell yourself. You're literally trying to get the client to purchase you, not just your service. You have to be able to sell yourself to your client in order for them to want to get your service.
It's about a relationship. Can they trust you? Do they like you?
Right.
And
Exactly.
most people they usually call multiple
Of course.
companies and try to get estimates. Like, hey, can you come out and check out how much you're going to charge me to do this job? Or if
Yeah.
they don't like it, they'll be like, okay, we'll keep in touch, and they can call another one, have them come do an estimate. They'll just go with the best fucking one they can find.
And look, realistically, at the end of the day, people don't always go with a cheaper product or service. Like
No.
it's how good do you explain what you're going to do? How thorough is your proposal? Like
Yeah, it's
if
how you
if
present yourself. Yeah.
it really is, man. Like you have to present yourself and your product or service very thoroughly and professionally, and like you got to communicate with every person different.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just have this like one cookie cutter type of like approach, yeah, you'll get clients, but it's you know you have to
That's
cater to your clients.
Well, and also another way you get clients is if you do a fucking phenomenal job on one person, they'll tell their friends about it and their people. Them people will tell them people, and it'll just spread. and then you'll be getting lots of people calling you for
And
your
it
business.
takes time. It takes time. It takes effort. Like I remember, because when Mark started his cleaning company initially, I did the same thing because we like to piggyback off each other with a lot of shit as siblings do. And so he gave me some tips on how to do it, and I literally printed up. I don't know if Mark did this, but I know I did it because I was in the LA area, and so I printed up a bunch of like these little flyers, and I literally went around to all the business districts that were within 15, 20 minutes of my house at 4 in the fucking morning, and went and like taped my little flyer to the employee entrance of the buildings, because more often than not it's a manager or an owner that's going to be the first one there, and they're going to take it, they're going to take your little flyer, and they're either going to throw it away, or they're going to, if they need your product or service, they'll give you a call. And that's how I landed my first couple of accounts, was just walking in, telling him who I am and what I do. Here's my little flyer. Sometimes I got straight to the owner right away. Sometimes it took a couple days or a week or two for me to get a call back. And guerrilla tactics work still today in the day of in the age of technology. Sometimes just getting out, pounding the pavement, knocking on doors, and talking to people is the most effective way to do
You
it.
know what's funny is you say that, and that is something I did. It's funny you say that because maybe I should try doing some on that scenario as of now, because I still got so many of my fucking, like, it's a postcard.
The ones that we had,
The only thing is I don't sell the ink toner no more because it's got the ink toner on there back when you sold it. But yeah, I have it with like the ink toner and shit on there.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Mark,
because I did. Go ahead.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I did the janitorial services, and my whole thing was like total office, so I could sell them ink and toner along with like cleaning, because I knew both of those industries fairly well, and I got clients for both. So
And also another good thing that you can do, which I'm sure Mark does, make business cards and hand them out.
I don't do that anymore. I've got it on my phone now. Now we tap.
Oh, do you?
My client, I just open up this app and they tap their phone. Yeah, I've got the I don't know if I got the card on me right now. Actually, I've got an advertisement for it on TikTok. I've got the
I saw someone advertise it too.
yeah, it's a cool little metal card. I can't remember the name of the company right now. I don't yeah, is that it?
So it gives them your phone number, your business like
Yeah,
name, everything.
that's all it is. It's a black card. It's a dot card. That's all it is. And I tap the customer's phone with it, and it pulls up my company's name, company's phone number, the website, messaging, so they can message me. I'm like, it's pretty cool, man. It's just a little dot card. Just tap and go.
yeah,
No one keeps business cards really anymore. Now it's because everybody's got done everything on their cell phone.
but I still feel like printing up a flyer, like especially for like a service like what you're doing, like a cleaning company, carpet cleaning, car detailing, anything like that. I feel like the flyers and the guerrilla tactics of just handing them out to people, talking to the owner of the business or someone who's like an executive or a manager who can, get your information in front of the right person, that still works. I don't think that will ever go away.
All right, so I'll tell you what we'll do real quick. I'm gonna look, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, we're talking about these guerrilla tactics. I've been talking about how I've been wanting to get more clients in the same area and lessen my travel time for other clients. So for 1 week, we'll mark it out. I'll go find them tomorrow morning. When I work again, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow Sunday?
Yep.
Yeah.
I work again tomorrow up until next Friday when I have my next day off. I will, every night that I'm working, when we're done for the night, I'll go around to a couple businesses within that area and I'll drop off these flyers inside the door. I slide them typically underneath so they're right on the floor when they go
I
in.
taped them. I taped them shits to the door.
Yeah, I don't want them to get wet if we get rain and stuff like that, so I'll just put them through the door. And I will do that for the next week. And if I get any phone calls, we'll come back. Oh, stand by. That's not a phone, gentlemen. TikTok's telling us we've been live for 90 minutes. All right, so yeah, I'll do that, and we'll come back and talk about it. And
I mean, hell, most of the times when managers are usually the first ones there, like Gary said, most of the time they'll just take it to their office and then they'll look at it and they'll just put it down and they'll think about it. They're like, man, we really do need this.
Right? Oh, yeah. Sometimes it can sit on their desk for a week before they
And
call.
why the fuck were you just looking around like you were confused?
Because someone asked me if I was sweating on my chair. I had to look at my chair. Say, is my chair glistening on camera? They made me look. I had to look at my chair and see if there's like a big old sweat spot or something. Like, I've been leaning forward this whole time, so I wouldn't think there would be.
I was like, what the fuck is Mark
Oh, they asked me if I was sweating on my chair. I'm like, what? But listen, folks, Gary, like I said, we did this podcast on a realm. Let me ask everybody out here right now before we get off here. Would you all like a special podcast episode where we do nothing but talk about my journey of starting up a business? This wouldn't have to be a podcast with Gary and them unless they want to join in, but a journey of me how I started up my business and help people maybe possibly get ideas and cross ideas with them starting up their business. If that is something y'all want, let me know in the chat below, and that is something I can probably do in the future.
I mean, I think anything related to business it's got its own market. I mean, you've pretty much positioned yourself as a conspiracy theorist, so.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're a fucking Democrat.
No. Fuck you, dude. You know what? On this note, we're going to get out of here for the rest of the night, y'all. I'm going to yell at Gary off air. So, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We'll definitely be back next week. We'll figure it out. I have a thing for you tomorrow, bro. All right, Captain Snooch. Captain Snooch, call me when the show's over with. I'll be off air in about 10 minutes. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here right now. See y'all.
You've been listening to The Mark G Show. You may know them from their political commentary, but there's a lot more to the fellas than politics. And that's why we created this show. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you